I love drawing Trump. He is such a character, and that's what you want. He has this enormous presence about him. Whenever he's in a picture, you sort of want to fill the whole frame just with his bulk. But it's not the bulk, it's his personality, that's the kind of thing. And because he has so many elements about him that are instantly recognizable, so the orange, the tie, his posture, his hair, it means that you can draw almost anything and just, for example, put that red tie on and it's Trump. The joy of people like Trump who sort of like make news all the time, it just means that on a slow news day, there's always something that he has said or done. So when he came back now, it's sort of awful, but also amazing, at the same time, sort of professionally, really, really satisfying. He's fantastic to draw. The problem comes with the sort of ideas thing that, as a satirist, you're trying to sort of make the politician look ridiculous, and caricature is about exaggerating. But the problem with Trump is that, he's doing that himself. It's almost like you can't even think how crazy he's actually going to be. You can't do it worse, You sort of sometimes have done ideas and then he's ended up doing something even wilder, so the cartoon looks tame. My drawing style is quite elaborate. I quite like people to have something nice to look at and that has maybe an extra layer to it rather than just the main gag. And just with the materials as well. I still use that old-fashioned dip pen and ink and painting it, so there's like time spent on it. It's not just sort of fill bucket on the computer. This turtleneck and that hair now is becoming a bit thinner and wispy. I sort of have to be a bit gentler. He's got these great suits as well. Trump, they're sort of like someone so rich can have such ill-fitting suits. The long tie, you're just like not quite grown up. I erase the pencil lines at this point because otherwise they'd just be a bit smudged under the ink. I actually tend to paint his face as if he hasn't got the makeup on first, so he's like natural skin colour. And then sort of put the orange mask on after. When the election started, I actually bought a whole new selection of orange, which was quite. The art shop where I always get my inks, they actually ordered in preparation for the fact that Trump was going to come in, so they ordered in more orange, which is kind of them. I tend to sort of start around so he doesn't get it in his eyes. Clearly, that's how he likes it too. So you get these sort of weird white rings. It's a very odd look. Initially he was sort of full of energy and shouty anger. Now he's kind of more of a sulk. He's much more sort of pouty. It's not shouty. That's how I like to draw him. It's just that's how he comes across to me. This sort of spoilt man-child. This is the first one I did of Trump for the Times in 2015. I haven't gone full orange. His tie hasn't quite got long yet, haven't quite spotted that. His hands are normal size. The hair is there, and then it was just that sort of bombastic character of The Apprentice. I still had him as orange all over, so that's in 2018. Talking about him threatening to impose tariffs, which is sort of back in vogue. Here I sort of realised he wasn't orange all over. I think this one is my favourite Trump because even though it hasn't got him in it, well, he is there, he's been dragged out, is when he lost and Biden come in to sort of clean up, and he's just got all the little details of his presidency. You get to instant gag, but then to go in and look and try and find little bits and spot them, people love that, particularly nowadays when a lot of people see the cartoons online, so they zoom in and try and find bits and bobs. I think the next 4 years will be fascinating. It's almost like you can't imagine what it's going to be like. Purely from a sort of Trump cartoony point of view, you know he's going to be quite mad, and that's brilliant. But you also know that he's going to get older and weaker. He's going to be extremely powerful, and you have this like his last term, so what is he going to do with that? It's his last chance to do. At the same time as he's aging. So I think that contrast, where he's sort of physically aging, compared to this sort of like last gasp of great power and all that was going to happen around him. I think that's going to be quite fascinating to observe.